Hi, welcome to ProStitcher Designer Tips and Tricks. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about folders, and then I'm going to share two really helpful tips that you won't find in the ProStitcher Designer manual. Now on the right side of the screen in the design window, these are the list of all of the designers and their designs that came with your Handy Quilter machine. Now when you right click on one of the folders, you're going to get a pop-up menu, and there are 8 different options that you can choose from. One is new folder, one is to rename the folder, one is to delete the folder. Now I want to talk a little bit about deleting the folder. To understand deleting the folder, you need to understand about adding a design to a folder. So when you choose to add a design, like down here, add a design, what that does is it makes a copy of the original design. So wherever the original design is, if it's on your jump drive or if it's in a folder on your hard drive, it's making a copy of that and then putting it here in this folder in ProStitcher Designer. And you'll also see it in ProStitcher. Now I just want to take a minute to remind you that you need to save backup copies of your designs, whether on another jump drive or on your Google Drive. So always have a backup of the copy of your designs. So to delete a folder, the folder must be empty of all the designs. So remember, when you delete the design, it won't delete the design, that's just a copy. The original is going to stay where it originally was, whether it was on a jump drive or in the folder on your hard drive. So now I'm going to navigate to my folder Nina, and I'm going to right click on it, and I'm going to drag down to new link. So to make a link, you have to link to a folder, and I'm going to link to this monster folder, and then I'm going to say select folder. And then you see down here it says new link, and these are the little monsters that I'm trying to make. Now I don't want that to say new link, so I'm going to name it monsters. So I right click on it and drag down to rename link, and then I'm going to type monsters. Now you'll notice the difference between the folders and the links. The link has an arrow, and that's how you can tell the difference. So what the link does, that's like a shortcut that you have like on your desktop. That's linking to the original design. So when you are wanting to remove the link or delete the link, do not delete the designs in your link. If you delete these designs, that's going to delete them off of your computer. So all you have to do is to come to the link or the name of the link, right click, and then say delete link. And that way the link is gone, but the designs are still on your jump drive or on your hard drive, wherever you've had it saved. Now I want to repeat that this is different from deleting a design in the folder. If you delete a design in a linked folder, that will delete the original design in the original folder. So do not delete any of the designs in a link. Okay, now I'm going to come back to my name again. So I'm going to right click on this folder named Abby, and then I'm dragging down to show contents. And then this is going to bring up my Windows Explorer, and it will show me where exactly that is saved. So that design is saved on my Acer tablet in the design folder, in my folder Nina, and then it's named Abby folder. So that show content just shows exactly where it is saved on your tablet. I'm going to right click again and talk about set info. But to set info, I need to create a new folder and have some designs in it. So I'm going to create a new folder, and I'm going to call it dogs. And then I'm going to right click, and I'm going to add designs. And here are my dog designs. Now if I click and just select one of the dogs, dog designs, I can click on preview, and this will show me what that dog design looks like. And that's really helpful in case you've got several of the designs and you want to make sure you're adding the right one. Well, I want to add both of them, so I'm clicking both of the dog designs and saying open. And there they are, both of the dogs in my dog folder. Now I'm going to right click on one of the designs and go down to Set Info. And this pop-up window is where you can add any information that you want to about the design. You can add the name of the person that you created it for, the year that you designed it. You can tell what size it is. Maybe you can mention that there's no overstitching or that it stitches out way slow. Any information that you think is pertinent, you can add here in this notes area. And so I'm just going to say this is a dog design. Nothing really fancy here. Oops, I want to put a dog design. Man alive. There we go. Keep making mistakes there. Now you can put keywords to help you so that you know what this is all about. So maybe it is a star design with a flower or a bunch of diamonds and hearts. So whatever keywords that you want to, you can add in here. And I'm just going to put a dog. And then you can put a ranking here. If you think it's just a so-so one, maybe give it a 3 stars. Or if you think it's fabulous, it's a 5-star. So I'm clicking 5-star and I'm going to say OK. Now I'm going to click off of that. So I'm just going to click the other dog. And then I'm coming back to the original dog. And I double clicked on it. And here is the information that I added. Now I want to show you what this looks like in ProStitcher Designer. So I'm switching over to ProStitcher Designer and I'm going to File and Design and Open, and I'm going to select Dog 1. Now here, so this is a design that I created, and these are the design notes that I have added. So the note says this is a dog design, that's the keyword, and that's the rating. So that's how you can see that information about the design in ProStitcher Designer. Now I'm going to switch back to ProStitcher Designer, and now I want to share 2 tips that you won't find in the manual. When I first started long arm quilting, I didn't have a handy quilter machine, and so my quilting was just free motion. Shortly after I got that machine, I met a lady that was over a chapter for our state for Quilts for Kids. Quilts for Kids is a charity organization that will donate quilts for children who are experiencing life-threatening illnesses, maybe that are in hospice. And so what she would do is she would give me what she called kits, and it would have a quilt top that somebody else made, and it had batting and then a backing, and then I would load that onto my long arm machine and quilt it. And she knew that I was a beginner quilter, and she didn't care if it was perfect. She didn't care what it really looked like. I mean, she did. She didn't want it to look ugly, but it was okay with her that I was learning how to do long arm quilting on those quilts. Well, because of that, I had a lot of quilts that I could practice on. And because I had a lot of quilts, it seemed like I was using the same quilting designs over and over. So this leads me to the first great tip that you need to know. So I am going to my Nina folder. So you can create a design folder where you can keep the designs all together. So let's say that you are working on maybe a king size quilt that you have made, and you want to use different sashings, different block designs, maybe the quilting design, a border design, or triangles, whatever. So if you have a folder that you call favorites, then you can put all of those different designs that you're using and have it in one place, so it's really easy to access. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to right click and I'm going to do new folder, and I'm going to title it favorites. So that's the first tip, is if you're working on a quilt for somebody or for yourself and you're using quite a few different design elements, put them all in one folder so they're easy to find. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that design to my folder. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to add design, and now I am going to the designs on my laptop, and I like Nancy Hackey, and she's got one that's called Swan Song. Oh, I love that one, but I am going to do the circle one because that's the one that I use a lot for the kids' quilts. Let's see, Circle Meander. And so there is that design. So in my favorite folder now, I have one of the designs that I use for the Quilts for Kids. Now this second one, to make it easy to access folder even faster, I'm going to rename it. I'm going to right click on it and say rename. If you put a number in front of the word for the name of your folder, that will be at the top of the list of your folders. So I'm just going to type a 1 in there, and it says 1 favorites. So instead of having to scroll all the way down to the F's, I just know that it's just right at the top and I can find it really faster. I know sometimes I'm lazy, but I find that these two things are really helpful for me as I am doing my quilting. Well, I hope this helps you. So please click on the like button below. This helps people to find the Pro Stitcher Designer tutorials. Thanks so much for watching Pro Stitcher Designer Tips and Tricks.